welcome back to Smashing Heads Podcast. This is actually not us finishing the Challenge USA. It's us doing a cast recap for the Challenge Ride or Die. My name is Zach, and I'm joined by my wife, Hannah.
Hey, what's up? Joke's on you if you thought we were finishing the CBS Challenge.
We are finishing it.
But we're not right
now.
Not
Not today. Yeah. We are still, so yeah, just let's give a quick recap because we've been a little MIA.
I thought you were about to say, let's give a quick round of applause.
No, just recap because a couple of things. It may sound a little weird in this room. It sounds a little echoey to me.
We don't have the sound panels up yet.
Yeah, so if you don't know, a week ago...
We killed Jake.
Well, no, that was before all that. But a week ago, Hannah and I moved all across the country. We went from Tennessee to Utah, and we are currently in our new place in Utah, and we're probably like 85% like settled in. We've got a few more boxes to get through, and like you said, there's no sound paneling up. This office area is functional, but it's not pretty yet.
Yeah, like we got here last Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
And we, like, aside from me going to my office a couple times, we've done nothing since last Tuesday except unpack, do laundry,
a million trips to Target, Bed Bath and Beyond, Home Goods, just things like, because we sold almost everything that we had. We sold so much stuff in Tennessee
because we didn't want to travel with it,
and we ended up filling up a 20-foot U-Haul anyway. And so we moved across the country, which that'll be its own a Patreon pod that we're just talking about that whole process because it was kind of crazy. But we did that, and then you get into a new place, and
a smaller place,
and
it's also like a third of the size of our house. So that's part of why we sold pretty much everything we owned, because we knew we didn't have the room for it. And so now we're having to go and like buy all the miscellaneous little things that we need.
And organizational things that fit the new space, and like hooks to hang things on so we can do things vertically to get it out of the way, and like little stuff for the closet. It's just every day we're like, oh, we gotta go buy this and this. It's every, like, we got here a week ago, and every single day we've gone out and had to buy more stuff.
I never thought I would ever get to a point where I didn't want to go to Target, and now I've finally gotten to the point where I'm like, ugh, we have to go to Target again.
Yeah. And
that's like my favorite place to go.
And like buying stuff and then returning. It's because we're like, oh, this isn't exactly what we needed, and so it's been a lot. So the US recaps are still coming. We've done 7 or 8 episodes at this point. I don't remember because we haven't watched them yet. Because we've been again the 2 weeks leading up to the move, and then the 4 days driving, and then the subsequent week since we've been here. It's just been nonstop at all times, and
we didn't even find the stuff to record until 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think you're saying we.
Well, you had gone. There's like just a couple boxes left, and you had gone through all the boxes.
I'm still missing a piece,
and couldn't find the stuff, and then went through the boxes again.
Yeah,
and then went out to like ransack my car and found another box in the back of my car that I thought my car was emptied.
No, that was actually from my car.
Okay, well, so that box that was found in the car did not contain the podcasting equipment.
No, and honestly, like I was missing. So we typically record on my laptop, and then we pull up stuff on the desktop, like if we want to watch something or pull up pictures. We're doing it the opposite this way because, tech stuff aside, the laptop is a MacBook Pro that just uses USB-C, and so you have to have an adapter to be able to plug in all these other things like the hard drive and the audio interface. No idea where that adapter is, which is not a big deal. It's like $30. I can get another one. It's not a huge deal. But I couldn't find the hard drive because we haven't used it in 3 weeks or whatever. It's the hard drive that has all of the podcast stuff on it. Now I have backups in like Dropbox, and I have some stored on like my laptop locally. Just if like catastrophically, if something failed on the external hard drive, I have backups of stuff. But not like the backlog of the last 4 years. That's all on this hard drive. And so I've searched all over our place, all in our cars and everywhere, and I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to look one more place, and that's exactly where it was. It was in, like, the front pocket of my guitar pedal bag, like the Helix bag, which doesn't make any sense why it would be there. I was just in my closet.
I would not have packed
I wouldn't
like
have put
that.
it there either, but I'm sure I did. Just like it was, because again, we'll talk
I
about it on
don't touch
Patreon.
any of this stuff.
It was just so hectic to get out of the house the last like 2 days. And I'm sure I was just like, I just got to put it somewhere. It'll be safe in here.
Yeah.
And it was, but when you needed it, where is it at? We don't know. But I finally found it. Still, I'll have to buy a new interface. A new adapter. It's not that big of a deal. But we'll get into all that on Patreon. Again, now that we're in Utah, we're going to revamp the Patreon. I actually put up a question for all of our patrons so far that, hey, what do you want from Patreon? What are you looking for? What do you think we should do? That type of stuff, because we do want to revamp it and make it just more streamlined as we go forward. And so we're gonna be doing that. But yeah, we're on the west side of the U.S. now. It's a big change. I think we both love it so far.
Yeah,
and we haven't even really. That's the crazy thing. We haven't even done anything yet.
Yeah, we've done nothing but
run errands
and unpack.
Yeah.
But
take the dogs out for walks and stuff. But
they are loving it.
Yeah. Again, we love just the views and everything so far. But honestly, it's like, oh, we got to go to Crate and Barrel, and now we have to go to Target. Now we have to go to Home Goods, and it is nice to have all those things around us.
Yeah, everything is like 15 minutes away.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get into all that. Like I said, patreon.com/smashingheadspodcast. That'll probably come this weekend, and then we know that this new season, Ride or Die, starts October 12th. We will finish Challenge USA in the meantime between then and now. We know that you guys have already seen it most likely. However, from what I'm know of, neither one of us have been spoiled for who won it yet, right?
Everything's been so crazy. I haven't been on my phone. I checked my
That's not true.
No, I opened my phone. The only thing that I've actually looked at is TikTok, because I had 12 messages on there, and I check it like twice a day. Seriously, I've not been on my phone. I haven't been on Facebook. I haven't opened Twitter in like 3 months, and Instagram I haven't really been on either. So like I haven't had a way to be spoiled because I just haven't been on.
I'm sure there's spoilers on TikTok. Somewhere.
I have not been on social media, and like I haven't even entered. I've got like 20 something text messages I haven't even opened yet.
So
I just haven't been on my phone.
You've just moved across the country and become a bad person?
No, I moved across the country and I have dedicated myself to unpacking and organizing this place so that we can live here.
Yeah, we're close. We're really close, and I like the place we're living. Like I like the area, and I like the actual building we're in and all that. And so it's just a different change for us. It's just something different. But Ride or Die, it's coming up in, I believe it's like 3 weeks now. Yeah, a little over.
The day before your birthday. Happy birthday. The Challenge production decided to, for your birthday, they decided to finally give us the season that we've been asking for 4 years.
Yeah,
a best friend season.
We've talked about this so many times over the years, how rivals is fun and all that.
Exes.
But yeah, like best friends are like that's hard, because like no matter what, in a season where you come in and they give you a partner and it's a rival or whatever, you always can be like, well, I got screwed over or whatever. On this season, like they're giving you exactly who you want, and they're giving you someone who you have backlog with, who also has like, that's what we've always talked about. That's what makes it interesting is with these best friends quote seasons is that, like this can get like really personal and like real.
Well, it's like Rivals and all the good things of Rivals and Bloodlines. Because Bloodlines, those people, they know your life
but
history.
Some of them sucked.
And Rivals, they're going to be people who are at least know how the show works, because you have to have been on a season with someone to be their rival.
Yes.
So you get that. You get
not
a
necessarily,
competitor.
but for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, you get a competitor, somebody that's been on the show before, knows how it works, can it probably hang for a while.
Yeah.
So you get that, and a little bit of the anger with each other. Plus I know what you did when you were 15, and I know your sister's on drugs, and I'm going to air out your dirty laundry.
Did you mean to
Yes.
Okay, I was like, that happened.
That Frank said that about Nani.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's.
I was like, that's a very specific example.
But you. It's just the best friend season is everything I've ever wanted from the challenge.
Yeah. Okay. So we just watched the trailer for the first time because we knew it was out there. Neither one of us watched it. We just watched it literally right before we pressed record.
I have so many thoughts.
Okay. So my initial thought is, I am excited about the season. One, until I'm proven otherwise, I'm gonna say they stole this idea from us.
Yes.
But two, it is a little bit of the same look. It looks like the same. It almost looks like the USA season. It almost looks like Special Agents or what? No, that's not what it was called. Was that what it was called?
Special Agent, Double Agents.
Double Agents and Spies, Lies, and Allies. Spies, Lies, and Allies. The look of the show.
Yeah.
It's got
exactly the same aesthetic.
It's we're gonna have a slow semis drive in with it's we've seen a million of those, and All Stars even, and so the look of it is not intriguing to me. Some of the matchups are very intriguing to me, and then also some of the stuff from the trailer is interesting.
I'm assuming it has to be guy-girl pairs just to make it even.
Yeah.
Because, I think, I don't know if I've said it on the podcast, but I know I've said it just in general. A best friend season to finally let Corey and Nelson be partners.
Yeah.
Because that's all that those two have ever really wanted. Yeah,
you'd almost would have to do just to make the eliminations line up and all that is like, if you did a bunch of guy pairs, you'd also have to do a bunch of girl pairs, and then
have a male
team winner and a female team winner. Yeah, which it gets tricky to do all that. You come away with a quarter of the money instead of half if you win. So yeah, this season is $4 million, kind of the standard at this point. Is there anything that stuck out in the trailer to you before we go through the pairings?
Oh my gosh!
Apparently, yes.
Tori and Jordyn
are not together.
They're not together, but they're on this season.
Okay, yeah, I was like, they're not paired together.
No, they're
okay.
Jordyn's paired with, it looks like Anissa, which
we'll get to that. Yeah, I've looked at the pairs.
Tori and Devin being a pairing, from enemies to frenemies to friends to best friends.
Well, they were close on the other shows. Apparently
they were, but it's really nice to see like, oh, now that's their ride or die. But this is the first time we've seen Tori and Jordyn in the same place
since the
breaking of the engagement.
Yes.
So I'm very interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah, that's going to bring a different dynamic for sure.
Messy Fessy's back.
Fessy is back.
That's what a lot of people on Facebook call him. The challenge Facebook group. I'm part of that group. I like to just kind of read comments and read like what other people are posting. Yeah. I don't contribute to it, but I like to read. And a lot of people call him Messy Fessy. Yeah. And I think that's a really funny nickname.
It's just he's so boring on the show. That's the thing. And
I was so excited to see Nom finally got another chance. Got another chance.
Someone in production really likes Nom.
His last season was not his fault.
Neither of them, honestly.
When Lolo was crazy.
No, not even that. But his back went out on him.
His back went out on him, and then he was on the pre.
He was at day one of the last season. And he apparently he was the one that got COVID, and it shut everything down. And they're like, "You got to go. We got."
But didn't he get COVID from?
I don't know for sure. I know.
Why can I not think of her name?
I don't know. I know he got COVID.
Big T.
Oh, I don't. That's possible, but I know.
I thought I heard that Big T was the one that got COVID and gave it to like some of the other people in the cast.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
And Nom got it and was sent home because of it.
Well, I think from what I remember, again, all this runs together. From what I remember, I think someone on cast, Big T, not probably, but from what I'm guessing, caused a shutdown. And then as they were ramping back up to like, all right, we've been in quarantine, we're going to come back in. They retest everyone. Nom has it now. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, we gotta start rolling. Because at that point, you're blowing through thousands of dollars a day, boarding everyone, not shooting, all that stuff. And so they sent him home.
That was not his fault.
It's not his fault as much. Well, unless he was like, "Hey, if Big T's got COVID, let's make out." Then it would be his fault. I don't feel like he's that type of person. I do feel like someone in production really likes Nom because
it's me.
You're not in production. Although, again, they do until proven otherwise. Someone listens to us.
Someone in production listens to us.
Yeah, because
I said this last season.
We've been saying it for years. Like it seems that way. So, all right. So Nom's on
I'm
here.
Just
obviously.
So excited that Nom's back.
Yeah,
this just made my whole day.
Do you want to? The only other really thing that stuck out from the trailer to me, because again, I already know the cast.
Johnny Bananas is back. I thought he retired.
Yeah, I knew that. That's a big one.
He got his Tom Brady 7th ring and dipped out, and he's been doing his own other television shows on like what the Discovery Channel or something.
NBC.
No, he was.
Yeah, it's on NBC.
Is it on NBC?
Yeah,
the one where he was cooking, and then there was one where he was like traveling the world.
Are you talking? You're just talking about his YouTube channel.
No, he had a television show.
He has a show that he's called First Look, which comes on NBC on like late Saturday nights, and it's kind of travel-y but like literally his YouTube channel is just where he would travel and then cook. He started that during quarantine.
It's not that, because we were at the airport in like March when we were flying back from San Francisco, and on the TV in the airport while we were waiting at our
First
gate.
Look show.
It was his show that was on TV, and that was in the middle of the day.
From NBC though.
I didn't realize it was NBC. I thought it was like
he was
Discovery or
on.
something.
He was on Worst Cooks in America at one point.
I don't remember that.
Okay, well, you said cooking, so I thought that was where you were making that connection. If you hear our dog barking, he's outside the door and he wants in really bad.
He probably hears another dog in the hallway.
Yeah. So, he was on that, but he's back.
And partnered with Nani.
That makes sense to me.
I mean, they are best friends. I wonder.
I don't know about best friends necessarily,
well,
but
they're
they've
really
got a
close.
long
They're
history.
Very close.
They dated at one point, and so the other thing is, to me, there's two more things that stuck out from the trailer. One, CT's not on this season.
Yes,
and he is arguably the best person at the challenge currently, and just of all time. Like we've made that argument. Like at this point, winning this many modern seasons and all, like it's just CT's to us collectively, and that goes to Jake as well. I'll speak for Jake. Like CT is the guy, and
I wonder if because he's done a few seasons back to back,
he's done more than a few. It's
back
been a lot.
to back to back, that he's wanting to just kind of take a break and be at home.
It could be because again he wins. And that's a lot of money right there, so he can afford it. And
he's got a growing boy at home. And you
like,
want to spend time with them at this age.
I don't know what his female partner would have been on this season, if I'm being totally honest. I don't know who it would be.
I don't either.
And so I know some of the crazy people would be like, Big T. It's not Big T.
No,
he was pity.
I don't know.
Big T's retired. She's out of here.
She wants to be a culinary chef.
Yeah. So
I think she said.
What other types of chefs are there?
But listen, the last season that she was on, she said something about wanting to go to culinary school.
Yeah, she is, as far as I mean, I don't keep up with her, but I know that was her aspirations. I do know that the other thing that I am excited about, possibly, it depends on who it is. Someone quits from the trailer, and TJ does the "hope to see you never" thing again, and that he also said you should have picked a better ride or die. You're out of here too. It sounds like.
I wonder if the ride or die is the one that quits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like someone's partner quit, and that means that someone else goes home. I think you can rule out Devin and Tori right away.
They would never quit.
I think you can rule out Bananas and Nani right away.
Yes, Bananas would never let Nani quit.
And no, I mean to Nani's credit, she knows what this game is.
I don't think she would risk it either.
So I don't feel like
she's been on here long enough to know you don't do that.
The thing is, some of these and like Sam and Kayla, they're not going to quit.
No,
because
they just got married. They need that money.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's just jump into the cast as it stands on here.
There were several people in the trailer that I didn't recognize.
There again, it's almost a half new cast, and there's actually a couple of pairs that are two completely new people that we don't know, which I don't mind necessarily. We just need to get a better feel of them and hope that they're not super boring. That's the big thing. Because we'll get to it in a second. So I'm gonna scroll down through here. Again, we just watched the trailer. I'm using Variety's thing just because they're the only one that put the pair side by side. All the other websites that I looked at had them on top of each other, and it's just easier to look at them side by side. So TJ's back. Obviously, he's not going anywhere.
If TJ wasn't back, I don't know that I'd watch.
At some point, yeah, I don't know. Because, I mean, like, we're just in a weird age of television where all these people have hosted these shows for so long, like Jeff Probst on Survivor and all, like...
Rob Dyrdek on Ridiculousness.
Okay, that is not... That doesn't even count the same.
But he's done it for so long, he could never be replaced.
Okay. A robot could replace Rob Dyrdek. Oh, he's like, oh, man... Have you guys ever fallen down on your way to school before? This segment's called "Don't Hurry Up and Get Up."
That's like we've been watching Noel Miller's
and
YouTube
honestly,
videos where he's making fun of it.
And honestly, that's even not funny to me. It's like I'm so sick of the concept of it that I'm like, I'm just done with it.
Well, like we watched a video, I think it was yesterday, of one of Noel's where he was making fun of it, and he's like Rob Dyrdek, and he like at one point he's like, this job is so easy, it's almost too easy.
And you know what? And I don't hate Rob Dyrdek because I'm a longtime skateboarder. I knew Rob Dyrdek from back in the day. He was on Blind Skateboards. He's sponsored by DC. He was doing a lot of stuff. Then he was on Element for a minute, and I liked Rob Dyrdek as a skater. I liked Rob and Big a lot. I liked Fantasy Factory. Ridiculousness just wears on me. If they did another like Fantasy Factory or Rob and Big show, rest in peace, Robert Big Black Boykin. They obviously can't do Rob and Big again. But those shows I loved. And
I used to, I wasn't allowed to watch MTV, but there were times where I stayed at my grandmother's house and she had cable.
Yeah.
She didn't care what I did while she was cooking because
she probably didn't understand what was.
No, she didn't.
Yeah.
But she would spend hours cooking, and so I would go to her bedroom and sit in the floor, and I would sneak on MTV, and then when she'd walk down the hall, I'd change the channel. But Rob and Big, I watched just a little bit. I've seen a couple episodes of that, and then I actually remember watching Fantasy Factory.
Back when I was in college with my roommate Chris, who might be listening to this because he texted me yesterday. He's like, hey, there's a new season of the challenge, and he's like, also, can you get all my text messages between the mountains? And
I thought that was a funny text.
Yeah, and so we were on chat roulette when it was a brand new concept, and we were just going through it one night. And if you don't know what it is, and like Omegle is another one, but like basically you're just on a webcam and you click and it just pairs you with some random person that's also on there. And you
anywhere in the world.
And you saw a lot of and a lot of
Watch your language. This is a children's podcast.
Well,
you better beep that out.
They don't need to be on chat roulette. But anyway, we were on there one night and We ran into Big Cat from his cousin from Fantasy Factory and from Robin Big, and I've got a picture of it still because I screenshotted it.
What are the odds?
And we were like, "Are you Big Cat?" And he laughed and he was like, "Yeah." And we talked to him for like 10 minutes, and he was just with one of his friends, and they were doing the same thing, just kind of like seeing what was going on while we were watching TV. And I've got the picture still, and it's just Chris and me and Big Cat and one of his friends, and we did that. So anyway, I just don't like ridiculousness, but I do understand why MTV puts it on so much because it doesn't cost anything, and
it's easy. It doesn't.
It's not serialized.
Yeah.
You can just jump in and out, and you can be like, "Oh, I got 10 minutes to kill. I can watch this," because it's basically just watching YouTube videos. The thing I don't like is they've basically just been like, we're going to run 23 hours of programming of just ridiculousness a day. And
that's not even a joke. That's like pretty serious.
I know. Now, tonight premiered the challenge part 1 and 2 of the like 6-part documentary series. Hannah and I are going to watch that, and then we'll do a podcast covering that as well. But I mean, I would not be surprised if people just turn on MTV and they're like, what is this show? Like, this isn't ridiculousness.
Yeah.
And like, I want to eat dinner and watch dumb videos. And so anyway, let's get into the pairings, which again, not put together by production. These people got to choose their partners. Also notably absent on this season is Josh. As much as he's best friends with everybody, Nobody
He
picked
could
him.
have been partnered with anybody on here. He could have been partnered with Nani or with
But if
Fessy.
you're Nani, if you're no, he couldn't be Fessy.
Oh wait, no, he couldn't. But Casey's not on here, is she?
She is.
Ooh, he could have been partnered with Casey.
Well, we'll get to all that. So let's go. The first pairing is Amber B and Chauncey Palmer, which is her boyfriend, and he is
he's a
huge.
unit.
I like when they started dating. I was like, this guy's going to be on the show soon.
I've seen. I don't follow either one of them on Instagram, but I have seen a picture of him on her Instagram. I guess you or somebody showed it to me.
Probably me.
He's a unit.
Yeah, he's giant. Now I don't know how tall he is, but he is thick, like just pure muscle. He looks like Eve Pons, which is a very niche thing unless you're a fan of the Grizzlies or of the Tennessee Vols. Eve Pons was a guy that they were built similar, although Eve Pons is like 6'7". I don't know if he's that tall, but he used to have hair like Eve Pons, and he's cut it all off now. But I was like, man, that guy's giant. I was like, I don't know, like that's an interesting pair to me because Amber's won.
Yeah.
She's won. I mean, she had CT as a partner, so.
But she outran him.
She did. She did her part. Now the thing is, can if CT was the brains of that operation, right? And
yeah, she
I don't know
would
enough,
freak out in the math.
I don't know about Chauncey. I don't know if that. I hope he can pull together from her.
He
things.
might be a professional mathematician. You don't know.
Yeah. They need these pairs need to balance each other out.
Yeah,
and
that's something you really need to think about when you're picking your partner.
Yeah,
like you want to be someone that you can be with, someone that you can rely on. You like your ride or die, but you want to make sure that where you're lacking, they can kind of pick up that slack.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Amber B's lack would be physicality. This guy's huge.
Oh yeah, he's taking care of that for her.
And
she has nothing to worry about.
Hopefully, maybe he can do like the math puzzle type things because like as far as like endurance and stuff, like she's got it.
Yeah.
So the next one is Namvo and Emmy Russ. I have no idea about her. She might be German because that's where he's from.
Yeah.
But she also might not be. I don't know. Maybe she's from what was the show we watched, the Beastmaster or whatever he was on.
Ultimate Beastmaster.
Yeah.
I was about to say that she looks like she could be the.
To me, again, this is not knowing anything about her. She looks more like Love Island type show than Beastmaster type show.
Well, you never know.
I do never know. Emmy Russ, we can't really give a thing. I am excited about Nam being back because as much as I do like Nam.
Third time's a charm. He's
Hopefully.
been so unlucky.
What if it's his partner that quits and he gets sent home?
I will riot and burn this place to the ground.
Yeah.
I will lose my freaking mind if she quits and it sends him home.
Here's the thing.
I will lose it.
Here's the thing. So far, Amber and Chauncey, they're not going to quit because it's his first time and she knows what it is to win and how much money that is.
Yeah.
And they're a couple. They're not going to quit on each other. I don't think Nam and this girl are together. Maybe they are.
I don't think he's dating anybody.
If they're not,
I haven't looked at his Instagram in a while.
If they're not, this could be right now. This is the odds-on.
Keep
favorite.
going. It might be somebody else.
Well, the next one is Devin and Tori. So here's my take on this. Honestly, maybe the most overrated female competitor and one of the more underrated, if not the most underrated male competitor.
You got to get that balance.
Because
I'm so excited that Devin's back.
I think that's going to be good TV with them too, for sure.
Devin's hilarious. Tori's kind of funny too sometimes.
Tori can wear on me a little bit, for sure.
But sometimes she's got good little one-liners.
But yeah, she was supposed to be this powerhouse, and she hasn't lived up to it in the challenge. And Devin has a better record than you think. Like, he's won 2 of his X on the Beach shows. And he also...
his very first challenge season, he and Cheyenne got third place.
He's come in third twice on the challenge. And
he's got what it takes to at least get to the final.
I think he's because he tweeted about this because when the cast came out, he tweeted all of his stats. I think he says 5-2 in eliminations, including against Bananas and Wes.
Yeah, exactly.
And like he's better than a lot of people give him credit for. Now we love him because he's come on with us and he's just funny, and he's the person that made me like the X on the Beach people. But so yeah, I'm excited about that. The next one, Fessy and Mariah
Jeyyy.
I was gonna say Jeyyy.
I have a friend from college that's named Jeyyy, and that's how she spells it.
I don't know anything about this girl. Maybe Big Brother connection.
Maybe she went to UT chat with him.
Could be. I mean, she looks pretty thick, like muscles. Like she looks like she's not
one of
frail.
the stronger girls.
Yeah. Again, I don't know much about her. I follow all these people on our Instagrams already. So I've been trying to stay away from it because I don't want to see USA spoilers. So I followed everyone once the official challenge tweeted out the cast pictures and like tagged everyone, but I've stayed off. Some of these people had like 400 followers, if that, or whatever.
400?
Yeah, it was real low. And like even less than Shailene. And I mean, it'll go up as the season goes up, but I don't know. Maybe she has a TV background, maybe she doesn't.
She looks like she could kill it.
Yeah, I mean, it's very possible. Fessy,
we know can physically perform.
Well, but when it comes to the mental side of things, like eating, he's done.
Yeah. I said physically.
Yeah.
He could physically compete. So he can't compete if there's eating.
The next pair is Laurel and Jack Maddox. I don't
know who Jack Maddox is. I've never heard of him before in my life.
Jack Maddox sounds like a video game character.
It sounds like a stage name.
Yeah, it does. And the way it's spelled looks like a stage name.
It doesn't look like someone that, just judging by appearances and names, it doesn't seem like somebody Laurel would be like super closely affiliated with. But you never know. Laurel's kind of a wild card sometimes.
And again, like
I'm excited to see her come back again.
She knows the game.
She's been on this show for years.
Yeah.
You know, taking long breaks, but
War of the Worlds 2 was the last one she was on. I think that she would be very selective on who her partner would be. One, because she doesn't always get along with people very easily.
But also, she's so competitive and she wants to win.
Yeah, she knows what it takes to win.
She's going to be really picky.
Yeah, that's an interesting pair to me just based on her pedigree with the show. I don't think she would pick someone that would be flaky. I think she would pick someone that she thought could do well at the show. So I'm excited about this pairing. Although it does seem like he's definitely got a stage name, but maybe not. Maybe his parents just named him that. Jack Maddox. It just looks like a stage name. Kayla and Sam, I am excited about. I like both of them.
This is post-married.
Yeah, Caleb. No, not Casillas.
Kayla Bird.
Yeah, and Sam.
Get that name right.
And
you come to my house, you get my wife's name right.
Is that a quote?
Yeah.
From what?
The Other Guys.
Okay. Well, you just watched that like last week. I
know
I
that was the quote that was in the bathroom at the restaurant tonight.
Okay. Well, I don't.
One of the quotes.
I don't know enough. I like that movie. I've just not seen it enough. Eva Mendes is his wife, right?
Yes, and he keeps telling her she's ugly and she's stupid.
Yeah. That's Ryan
Will Ferrell, he was like a pimp in college.
That was Ryan Gosling's wife in real life.
Yes,
and
still is.
Yeah, no.
They're still together.
And we watched The Nice Guys the other day, which is Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. Mm-hmm. Great movie. Like, just a great buddy comedy.
Really funny.
Yeah, buddy cop.
But comedy. I love Ryan Gosling.
I do too.
He's hilarious.
I do too. And so, anyway, Kayla and Sam, I think...
I'm excited to see how Sam performs.
They're not going to quit on each other.
No, sure. Absolutely not. Again, they just got married. They want this money to, get them ready. Yeah, and again,
They
just bought a house, too.
Yeah, they actually earned a new house.
Really?
Yeah, they Casa Bird, which was the first one that they've completely reworked and whatever, sold it, and they're moving to somewhere else.
Smart. And
we're renovating that. So... yeah, I'm excited about them. We liked him. Here's someone who I honestly thought would never be back on the show.
Okay.
Do you have
Are
a
you
guess?
about to scroll?
Do you have a guess?
Well, it can't be Johnny Bananas because we know that he's back on.
Turbo!
Oh my god!
Yeah, Turbo's back. I thought for liability reasons.
Me. You are kidding me.
Well, and here's the thing, Jordyn's
back too.
That was the reason he got sent home. Like, there are going to be good storylines in this season.
And, Jordyn is smart enough to know to push his buttons,
Absolutely.
and it might make him, be disqualified again for losing his mind?
100%.
Oh my gosh.
Jordyn.
Oh my gosh.
Jordyn knows that this guy is a loose cannon, which I love Turbo.
Turbo's amazing.
But he is crazy.
I love it.
I like.
This is the best day.
I am excited that he's back again. Another one that we haven't seen since War of the Worlds 2.
Oh my gosh. And I had such high hopes for him.
I
thought he was going to be the one that came in and just won all of them until he just decided to quit.
When he just completely dismantled everyone on War of the Worlds, which is, again, probably the hardest final ever, I was like, this guy is a machine.
Yes.
And then...
created for this.
And then he came into the next season and let his temper get the best of him, and he got sent home. And I legitimately all the talk around it was, we'll never see this guy again. He's too much of a liability. Production's too worried about him.
And I mean, how many seasons have passed since then?
3 or 4.
Enough to kind of solidify that, make you think, oh, he really won't ever be back.
Yeah, and I am excited about it. I don't know anything about Tamara Alfaro. Again, it has to be someone very even keeled because it can't be someone that's hot headed because she's crazy.
Part of me hopes that she's kind of a loose cannon too. Oh, that would be so fun.
But not to each other. Like if they just went off on everyone else, that would be fun. I am excited.
Oh
about
my
that.
gosh,
yeah.
This is the best day ever.
So the next pair is Nelson Thomas and Nuris Mateo. Yeah, so she's from another MTV show. I don't know which one. Either like X on the Beach or Are You the One or something.
This is not a girlfriend of his, right?
I don't believe so. Let me look up. She's from Are You the One? Yeah.
But that's what Nelson's from, right?
Well, she's from X on the Beach as well. She's been on both. So
and now she's made her way to the challenge.
Of course.
Fitting.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me. I follow her on our stuff, but I don't know anything about her.
She's MTV.
She's really pretty
through and through. Yeah, she's very pretty.
Again, I'm sure some people chime in as far as like, oh, I loved her on, we know Nelson. Nelson he's gonna give it his all.
Oh my gosh.
I
can't wait for the quotes.
Exactly. The quotes are off the chart.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I love when Nelson's on
the
here.
The brains are not there most of the time, but the heart's there.
He what
was the one on the Wizard of Oz that didn't have a brain? Was it the Tin Man? Because the I don't remember. I've not seen that movie in so long. Because the lion was scared.
He was scared all the time. And the scarecrow was...
The scarecrow may have been the one that didn't have a brain.
I have to look it up.
And then the Tin Man didn't have a heart. I haven't seen that movie in so long, and I don't really want to watch it again. But whatever one doesn't have a brain, that's Nelson. But he does have heart, so whichever one has the heart is the one he is. Just, what'd you Google?
It's the scarecrow.
The scarecrow doesn't.
Yeah, scarecrow. If only I had a brain.
Because he's got straw in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the Tin Man's got oil in his head, and that's I don't know. Anyway, it's an allegory for something. But
I love that. I love every season that Nelson is on because we're going to get incredible quotes, but also we know he's going to compete.
Yeah. And
his elimination record is great.
Yeah, it is. Like, it's gotten worse since, because we were hyping him up for a few seasons as far as like, man, he's so
because it was a better record than we thought it was.
It was like 8-1 at the point, and now I think it's like 9-4. Like, it's gotten worse.
That's still a pretty good record, though.
Yeah. So again, hopefully they're fun together. The next one is two familiar people, Survivor people.
Okay.
Who have both been on the challenge.
Yes.
Jay Starrett and Michelle Fitzgerald. I have to say,
I forgot Michelle's name when we saw her in the trailer. I was like, oh, I know what she's from, but I can't think of her name.
Jay to me is very cringy on the internet. He does a lot of sing-along TikToks and stuff.
Ooh.
And I don't like it. But I saw some people be like, oh, remember when he beat CT? And he did. He beat CT. And then CT kind of whipped himself into shape after that. He was like, oh, this is not happening again.
Yeah.
So, you know what? That might have kickstarted CT into becoming into the prime that we've seen him again.
Prime CT 2.0. So
Yeah.
thank you personally. Thank you, Jeyyy, for that gift to us.
I mean, I think Jeyyy was a good competitor.
He was a really good competitor. He's a rock climber, so that kind of helps with like agility and things like that.
From what I remember, I think he kind of got played in the sense of he aligned with someone that like we're like, what are you doing? Like they don't care about your feelings or anything. So we'll see what happens there. Michelle, I thought was going to do a lot better than what she did, and then her and Holeigh got beat by Huey with the Brazilian butt lift and Amber B. And
I was
one of the
little,
funniest in elimination moments
it was
I've
crazy.
ever seen.
I was sad to see Holeigh go.
Yeah,
I liked Corey.
He follows us on Instagram. He likes our stuff when we post it. We need to talk to him.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah, 12. I don't know if he listens, but he does follow us, and he likes
12.
Corey 12 dates. Just because there was already another Corey in our life.
Corey 12 date to Christmas.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Michelle. I am excited about. I'll probably honestly a little bit more than Jeyyy, because although the paired eliminations, they can go either way as far as if it's going to help you or not. So obviously, last time it hurt her. But again, I think that was just kind of a fluke of an elimination. Here's a completely new team, which I don't know anything about. Horacio Gutierrez and Olivia Kaiser. These articles don't do any.
These could be the ones that quit. It doesn't have to be Nom's partner.
It could be.
It doesn't have to be Nom's partner. Nom doesn't have to be sent home for a partner that quits.
Yeah, I know. You're just trying to manifest that. I didn't spell it.
I am trying to manifest it.
I didn't. No, that is not him.
That's an old man that looks like a senator.
As the general counsel of Disney.
Hey, that's him on the second row.
Yeah,
in the
Disney
middle.
hires Spotify's Horacio Gutierrez as general counsel. Variety. This is Telemundo, and it's in. This whole website's in Spanish. I don't know how to read this.
That's your fault.
You don't know how to read this either. Conoce a Horacio Gutierrez Jr., futbolista que
He's a footballer.
Exalto Estados Unidos, United States. Quintas temporada como reemplazo del lesionado Cesar Castro.
He was temporarily reinstated. He's from El Paso, Texas.
No, he's from Mexico. He resides in El Paso, Texas, as of
a year ago. He's a collegiate footballer.
Okay, so maybe if this is for sure the same guy.
If I'm reading that Spanish correctly, he is a collegiate footballer.
Yeah, which athletic pedgree is very nice to have. Although we have had high level athletes on this show who've not done well. It's been more than not when they come in and they're like, oh yeah, I'm an athlete. I do, and I'm not saying
D1.
They do bad. Like it's
just that's like Tori's
Derrick Henry
first season with her boyfriend Derrick Henry, not Derrick Henry on the Titans, but the other Derrick Henry.
He was a Division I college basketball player, and we've had like wide receivers and it's just like they don't pan out. And
T.O. couldn't even compete
that's
he couldn't even hang in the champs versus season.
And CT wasn't even being that mean to him. Like he was just kind
of fell apart.
Yeah, I'm talking about like we had some collegiate, like there was some, I can't remember his name. It's a guy that quit on an elimination. I can't remember, but and Olivia Kaiser. So again, having that background is nice. Kiser. Love Island. I wonder if he was on Love Island too.
Maybe that's where they met.
That could be. I don't know. Apparently she won Love Island, or maybe not. I'm looking at Google Images and it's giving me a lot of things. So interesting.
We'll get more of the background when this season starts. For sure. Because they're definitely going to get an introduction.
Now here, Kim Tranka.
And Colleen Schneider.
Yeah. I couldn't even begin to tell you where
he looks like
from.
He could either be absolutely amazing or be another flop.
Kim Tranka, Ride or Dies, Fashion Boat. What? This guy doesn't have any like information. That's him at like a fashion boat, whatever, from Getty Images. The challenge. He's not. Is he German? I mean, this website's all in Dutch. I don't know how to read this. The warning that just popped up is all in Dutch too. I can't. Well, we'll get some more information on him later. Colleen Schneider. I wonder if they are German or something. Schneider sounds German. Is a retired American mixed martial arts. This isn't the same person. There's no way this is the same person. No. This is not. This person is 40, and this one right here is not 40, and I think it's brunette versus blonde. So they're a mystery. I'm
on his Instagram trying to find what he does. He's some sort of athlete.
Okay, let me see. Because I followed him, but again, I haven't really looked through it.
Hold on. And then he was on a show.
Was he?
Who are you to judge? No. He's German.
Okay. So she's German, most likely.
He's a model of some sort, but if you click on his in the bio, it's Dye Sports Management,
which would be the Sports Management, I believe. Nam follows this company.
They may be buddies.
Oh, you know what? If they are all German, they're gonna have an alliance right away.
A German alliance.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so awesome.
And they could strategize in German, and people wouldn't know what they're saying. That's what I would do if I was there.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
He's some sort of like athlete that's also a model.
Well, when I Googled him, it's just like
honestly,
it was only challenge stuff.
Nam is too.
Yeah. The next pair is Johnny Middlebrooks and Raven Rochelle.
I've never heard of either of these people.
I haven't either. Let's see if I can get any information off them. Raven Rochelle, because it's she's in movies. Interesting.
What kind of movies?
I mean, to be fair, they don't look great. They look like very like straight to. They used to be called straight to DVD, so probably just straight to streaming.
Okay.
At this point, that's her for sure. She's known for Seal of Desire, Parodies, or probably Paradise, which doesn't even have a thing yet. Fanged. And Red Flags. These are all movies from either 2022 or 2023. She has 14 acting credits, though. All looks like B-level horror movies, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
And then the challenge. Yeah. So an actor, which is interesting.
Hey, what better way to get your name out there, get calls for new roles, than to put yourself on reality television?
Yeah, I mean
it's worked for other people.
That's definitely
seriously.
That's definitely an interesting way to do it.
Use every avenue and opportunity that you get.
This guy's from All Star Shore, so that's that new. He's also from Love Island, apparently. But maybe he's not from All Star Shore, but that's what's showing up right here. All Star Shore was that Paramount Plus thing where they brought in all the people from all the different shows. Love Island guy. You can't do much until we hear more from him. This group, Tommy Bracco, is that how you think you say that?
It looks like Bracco.
It could be Bracco, yeah. An American actor, reality TV star, and Broadway performer.
Whoa, can he sing if he's on Broadway?
He's best known for starring in Newsies. He was cast on season 21 of Big Brother. Okay, that's where he's from. He's from Big Brother.
But he's also from Broadway.
Yeah. I mean, that is impressive. And then Annalise Talavera. Let's see what she's from.
We're getting some really good names.
Big Brother. Okay, that makes sense. They were probably on the same season of Big Brother. She looks very different in these pictures from Big Brother than on the current pictures. But it's her, for sure. Then we get Johnny... Quote, Bananas, is it Devinanzio?
Yes.
I always want to say DiVincenzo, but I think that's because I watch too much basketball. And there's Dante DiVincenzo. And then Nani. They're not going to quit. You know what you're getting with Bananas and Nani.
They're going to work hard, play hard.
Yeah, I think that's
both of them.
That's going to be a good combination. Also, built an alliance right away with Casey.
We've seen them, these two, Bananas and Nany, we've seen them partners on seasons previously. Exes, and they worked great.
They were the ones that got sent home and won the like redemption house which wasn't called that back then, and then came back on the show.
But they have history of being actual legitimate partners on a season before and done really well.
Yeah, they're going to be fine.
This is not their first rodeo.
No, I mean, I think out of the two, obviously, Bananas has got the pedigree behind him. Nany's never really won. But maybe this is her season. It
might be.
She'd be stoked to come on here with that. So the next one is a very interesting choice to me.
I didn't realize they were close.
Jordyn and Alyssa.
Which is awkward because isn't Alyssa supposed to be Tori's best friend?
Well, they're podcast partners together.
But they did the podcast together because they were best friends.
Yeah, I don't.
And the last regular season that we watched, they were best friends.
I gotta be honest. To me, this feels like, hey, we want you on the show and we need to pair you guys together. Like, I don't feel like this is like, oh, this is my ride or die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the one pair to me that kind of sticks out as far as like, oh, these are just two names and we can put them together. Now, they may prove me wrong. Who knows? But.
And they've been on several seasons together before.
I will say, Anissa's not done great in the last little while. Like, the endurance is not there. Like, whatever. She's got the pedigree as far as like she's been around forever, but she's not where she needs to be typically for a lot of these like long-term endurance type things. However, Jordyn is the type of person who would be like, "Oh, who cares? I'll win no matter what." Like, I don't care. He
would strap Alyssa to his back and drag her body.
Absolutely. He's the type that, again, we saw it in All-Stars. Spoilers if you haven't watched All-Stars 3, where Darrell decidedly should have beat him. Uh-huh. And he's just like, you know what? I figured out he's going to tire himself out, and I'm just going to hold. And just hold strong until it's over. And, like, he's beaten Josh and like, it's just, we've talked about
Josh, who's like 3 times his size, beat him in tug-of-war.
Jordyn
that doesn't even make sense.
Jordyn doesn't have 2 hands. Like, he's very open about that. It's a tug of war. He basically had one hand to pull with, and they were balancing on something where it was.
They were on like stumps.
Yeah, and Josh is so much bigger than him, and he outsmarted him to win. It's one of the craziest victories I've ever seen. And
Jordyn is one of the best players to ever do it. If CT's not the best, I put Jordyn up there.
I'd put Jordyn 3rd
after Wes.
No, after Bananas, and I put Wes 4th, and he's not gonna like that, but but I would put maybe
I'm gonna tell him you said that.
Maybe tied for 3rd. It's hard to like. It's with I think CT solidified it now. I think Bananas on the account of rings
7 rings.
Yeah. And then I think it's a toss up between Jordyn and Wes, and I would honestly lean towards Jordyn. And sorry if Wes is listening to this because he still does listen sometimes. Because I emailed him a while back about some things, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I already know." He's like, "I was listening," and I was like, "Okay." And so this is a weird pairing to me. It's maybe the weirdest pair on the season.
It doesn't seem like it's
a ride or die.
Yeah.
A best friend type thing.
I guess that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. The next one is Darrell and Veronica, which I am excited about.
I'm excited to see Darrell back. Veronica, after being on All Stars,
she broke her. What was it? She broke
her finger.
No, that was Tina.
That was Tina.
She broke something, like her feet, like walking down the stairs.
That's right, because they were going to like get pizza or something after she had won, and she missed the stair and tripped and like broke her ankle or something.
Yeah, it was something.
No, her toe. She broke her toe,
and they DQ'd her. I don't think either of them are going to quit. And then Alyssa and Jordyn aren't going to quit. I don't think either. Any of the people that have long time like pedigree on this show, they're not quitting. It's an interesting pair because the last time we saw Veronica in a pair season was with CT, and they went to that redemption house and away.
They sat at the redemption house
forever.
For weeks.
And I mean, CT was out of shape that season, like very out of shape that season. That was probably the most out of shape he's been. And it's just like she couldn't keep up with the physicality of some of the stuff, and he couldn't either at that point. And so that was the last time we've seen her in a pairs. We did see her on All Stars, and
she did a lot better.
The political side's definitely still there. That's what she's always been known for. It's going to be interesting because this isn't All Stars. Like these seasons are a little bit more intense a lot of times.
Also, if Veronica's doing a lot of politicking, we've seen Darrell on the last 3 seasons of All Stars. He tries to purposefully fly under the radar. He wants people to forget that he's there.
Yeah, and which we're not doing fantasy this season without Jake. So the fantasy stuff, you pick Drew out because like, oh, he should win, and then he does nothing.
So you get no points from him.
He doesn't talk. It's just nothing from him. So the next one is Casey Clark and her brother, Kenny Clark.
Her brother.
Yeah, this is, I think, the only sibling pair. Maybe there's another one, but
so it's bloodlines and ride or die.
Yeah. Oh no,
Kenny Clark, the football player.
Yeah, that's a defensive tackle for the Green Bay Packers. How do I even
Big Brother?
He's not from the Big Brother, I don't think. Kenny Clark, the challenge. He's just on Ride or Die. I don't think he's done anything else.
There's no information on him.
Yeah, so God, I hope he got the personality genes in the family. Because, are they Filipino? Is she part Filipino? Not part Filipino. Part Filipino. I think she said that before. Because if you don't know, if you're listening right now, Hannah is part Filipino, and we've talked to a couple other people from the show who were. I think she was right. Because if that's the case,
she is half Filipino.
Okay. So
I can't rag on her too much.
No. The only thing I would say is just for the most part, because we know a lot of your family. We know a lot of people from the Philippines actually. Mm-hmm. They're not vertically, for the most part, very. There's a guy.
What are you trying to say?
Just as a nationality, the Filipinos are not super tall.
Are you stereotyping us?
I think that's very well established. There's a guy that's hopefully going to make the NBA, Kai Soto, who's 7'2", and he's an anomaly.
I've followed him on Instagram for a long time.
Yeah,
now. I hope that he does make it.
That's such an anomaly. Like
he's like the country's golden boy.
I know a lot of people who've been to the Philippines that are just average size Americans. They're like maybe 6 feet tall, and they're like, I'm head and shoulders above everybody. Because when I met your grandma for the first time,
she's 4'9", 4'8".
We pulled up at her house, and the grill was open
on her porch,
and it's just a normal sized grill. I mean, not anything crazy. And I didn't think I thought, oh, they just left the grill open and like ran inside. And then
we walk up to the porch.
Someone starts talking from behind there, and you couldn't see her at all. And I was like, wow. And like she comes up to maybe my shoulder.
No, because she comes up to my shoulder.
Okay, yeah, like
she comes
probably like
to middle of your chest.
Yeah, she's very small lady, and just typically that's kind of like the nationality is not super tall, and so I'm wondering how tall he is because Casey was a wide receiver in a football league.
Yes.
But I don't know how tall she is, honestly. I wonder how tall she is. Casey. Arc height. Let's see. She's 5'10". That's really tall.
Wow, that's really tall.
Yeah.
She's a lot taller than me.
I wonder if he's that tall. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, so it is, I think, yeah, it's the only sibling pair.
Okay,
so,
interesting.
That's going to be a whole different dynamic, but she's so quiet and laid back that I don't feel like there's going to be anything there. I really hope he is the personality of the family.
Well, the thing is about Filipinos,
very tight-knit.
We are very tight-knit, and we're known for being very loud.
But she's not.
But you've seen my family.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
We yell to talk.
Yeah. And
we're just loud in general. And like there's another Filipino family that lives in the same town as my grandmother. We're not related to them, but that is like auntie and cousin and that. They're really loud too.
Maybe he'll be the loud one. We'll see. I mean, she's definitely not. They are a whole like interesting thing because they are the only sibling pair.
Since they're siblings, I'm interested to see how they perform together as a unit.
Yeah. After looking at everybody, do you have any front runners going in? I think the clear front runner to me has got to be Bananas and Nani.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just because it's Bananas. I mean, look at it. Yeah,
exactly. And he just finds a way to win.
Yeah.
Until we know some more about some of these, like there's some very interesting people on here.
Normally, I would put Jordyn as a front runner.
I mean, Turbo's a wild card for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything.
We don't
about
know
this
anything
girl.
about his partner.
Yeah.
Turbo's the only one on here that didn't get a last name.
Because you don't need it. Yeah. It was just Turbo. Even Bananas, who is synonymous with that is his name, he got put in quotes in Turbo. They're like, that's it.
They didn't even put Johnny Bananas. They put Johnny Bananas, Dena Nunzio.
Yeah.
Devin Nunzio.
I don't know. And then Turbo, they're just like, no, it's Turbo.
Yeah.
Because he that's not his real name. But that's what everybody knows him by. I am excited about this season. I hope it's not boring, if I'm being totally honest.
It's not going to be boring. Do you see the people that are on this cast?
Yeah. I think that's been my big problem with the USA. I don't dislike it. And I know people that watched all of the people on USA on other shows really seem to like it. I do know that there's no spoilers, but there's some big problems with the finale, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
I very seriously haven't heard a single thing.
There's in our Slack group, they were talking about, I had to mute it because I didn't want to see anything. But other than that, like, as a just outside viewer just watching this cast seems so much more fun. And again, I get that all these people are coming into a new show on USA, and we're going to finish it. It's just that I am excited about a lot of these players. You are missing, like CT and some stuff like that.
Missing Wes.
Yeah,
but he's busy.
But Wes just won All Stars 3.
He's busy doing stuff.
Yeah, and so I think that this is hopefully going to be a good season. I just hope it's not kind of like a rinse and repeat of what we've seen the last few seasons, as far as like, oh, these dailies could have just been on another season. You know what I'm saying? Because hopefully we're done with the whole spy theme. Because Ride or Die has nothing to do with spies. And
Ride or Die or Spy. Special spies.
And so I hope that that's all gone away. We did see a quick clip of a hall brawl type elimination from above. And there was something in the middle, like a bar they were having, like push. I don't know. I'm not gonna go frame by frame and break down the trailer. I just saw that as we were going. And again, we're on the West Coast now, so watching these may be a little different going forward. But hopefully, we'll be able to watch these and get them up sooner rather than later, especially unless something crazy happens with new jobs or something like that. But now that it's just Hannah and I, we're kind of established here and are getting some things settled. We'll be able to get this stuff going. Yeah, I guess let's know what you're thinking about this season.
Drop it in the comments down below, as Jake would say.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they are on YouTube, and some people do comment on there. But just hit us up on Twitter at Smashing Heads or at Smashing Heads Podcast on Facebook or Instagram. And, let us know what you're thinking about this season. We're excited about it. Obviously, Hannah didn't know who was on it until just now. So seeing Turbo and some of those as a nom is a big
best day ever.
Yeah, it's a big draw for her. But we're gonna see where this goes, and we are gonna finish USA. We might do double up episodes and just do like, hey, this is episode blah and blah together, and just knock out one big pod. I'm gonna look at the timing and try to see what makes the most sense leading up to October 12th, which is the premiere of this season. Because also we're gonna be talking about the Untold History, the docu-series that started out tonight, which I believe an hour of it came out tonight, 2 30-minute episodes. So I'm excited about that to kind of see some things. I hope it's not just kind of the run-of-the-mill crap that's like, oh, can you believe that one time CT carried Bananas? Like, I want to know, like, this happened behind the scenes and we never talked about it. Like,
stuff that nobody knew.
Yeah. So, again, we're here. We're in Utah. We're getting settled. We're getting back into the swing of things, and podcasts will be coming out very frequently going forward. I am about to upgrade all of our stuff because I'm just sick of this setup. Same setup we've had for 4 years. And
we want your sound quality in your ears to be better.
And after the move, like just setting all this stuff back up again, it's just like, when I bought some of it, I was like, oh, these mic stands are $20. Like, who cares? Worst case. And to be fair, they have lasted for 4 years, but they're kind of like wearing out.
I've knocked mine down several times.
Yeah, again,
like off of the table.
It's just to the point
just
to where
like fall off.
I'm going to upgrade our interface and upgrade our mics and then upgrade the arms and then just.
But we're not going to tell you when it happens. You have to listen for the difference. So if you hear a difference, then you need to drop in the comments and tell us.
Also, if you're someone who has been wanting some podcast equipment, I will be selling the old stuff. So if that's something that you're thinking about, you can basically have a whole setup if you're interested. So we'll be back with you guys probably later this week. It's Wednesday currently. We'll probably record at least on Patreon about the move, if not the first part of the docuseries sometime this weekend, and then we'll kind of get going with the USA stuff. So we missed you guys and we're back. It's just different and it may sound a little different going forward, but we're going to be here. And honestly, this little bit of a break has kind of been needed for me to just kind of get back in the swing of things, because I was kind of dreading setting everything up and just I knew we were behind on stuff. And then now that we've gotten in here and done it, I'm like, oh, I like this. Like, it's something that I enjoy doing. So I'm glad to be back in the swing of things. You got anything else to close out?
No, I'm so glad that you're back. I'm just so excited. Stay cute.